Are you a Forex trader? You've been asking yourself, should I be paying tax as a retail trader? Well, today we are going to answer that. In our previous episode, I asked you guys to just send a comment and write something on the comment section, taxation, of which a lot of you did that, and I really appreciate that. And as I promised that if as many as possible would go on the comment section and write taxation, the next episode will always be about taxation. So that's what I'm going to cover, and I'll be answering those questions that you always had as a retail trader, that a trader, should he pay tax or not? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our psychology series with your president, MJ Givens Hasi, your president, your coach, and your mentor. You know what to do. Click that subscribe button as well as hit that notification bell so that you'll be notified when we drop another episode. Right? Should you be paying tax? Absolutely yes. It gets to me when I see a lot of traders, so-called gurus, so-called millionaire traders, go to a lot of platforms about trading and be so I'm just looking for a better way to say this with respect. Use this word and play around with words like there's no need for a trader to pay tax. Traders shouldn't pay tax. I mean, just giving out misinformation about the whole taxation thing. And it gets to me because I've seen it so many times where you would find a trader talking about how it is not, you don't have to pay a tax as a trader. And we misuse, platforms, we misuse our um, our authority as leaders, especially in the trading industry, especially in South Africa, and we mislead people about this whole thing of taxation. If you are a forex trader and you are watching this, let me tell you something. Yes, you should pay tax. The question is, how much do you make per annum for you to be subject to paying tax? Are you eligible to pay your taxation or not? Right? So let's try to figure out what taxes is all about, right? Why do we pay tax? Okay, why do we pay tax? I'm sure you've been asking yourself a question. Why do citizens pay tax? Now, you must understand that as much as you are a trader and entrepreneur, you are running your business, which is your trading business, you must understand that the country itself is not governed by itself. It's governed by what? The government, right? And the government runs a business, right? So I'm going to put it in business terms because that's what we talk about in this channel, business, right? The government has their own business, which is what? The country, right? And they need to have different streams coming in, revenue generation, or there must be some revenue generated from different components, different departments in order to keep the business running. And how do they keep the business running, which is keeping the country running, is by having different streams of income. And one of the most income that we get in South Africa, right, or the South African government gets, is via the income tax, right? So it simply means that out of 100%, I think 40 something, if I'm not mistaken, 40 something, or if not 60 something, right? I might be wrong in my stats, but most income from, or most revenue generation in South Africa comes from income tax. Now, what is income tax? It basically means that people that are having their 9 to 5, the people that are having their the working class material in South Africa, they pay their income tax, right? So that's where they make their money. The money comes in, and what do they do with that money? That's the ultimate question. Should I be paying taxes to the government, or are they going to take the money and hide it under their pillow? Well, that's another topic for another day. But they must use that money, right? The schools that you see, the public schools that you see, the public hospitals that you see, the road that you drive your car on, it is from their money that they've generated, right? And some of it, and most of it, it comes from taxation, right? Hey traders, imagine getting 10 plus trading ideas every single day. This is what the Octa Trading Marathon is all about, packed with insights and pro strategies. Each day you will directly learn from expert speakers that will be doing live trading sessions as well as Q&A sessions. Now, this is a chance for you to ask questions and get some advice as well as learn different approaches from top traders. What is also nice about this experience is that you stand a chance to win $2,100 in prizes. Therefore, this is not only about learning, but it's also about applying different tactics as well as competing for real prizes. If you are ready to transform your trading and you are ready to learn from the best, all you just have to do is click on the link down below or go to my bio and join the Octa Trading Marathon today. Don't miss out. I can't wait to see you there. Cheers. I always hear people say, I'm not interested in politics. I'm not interested in what the government does and whatnot. Unfortunately, right? I was also like that. I had that mentality that I don't care. But I came to the realization that even if you're an entrepreneur, you are a business person, you are a trader, you will always need to know what the government is doing with their money, right? Because that affects you on daily basis, right? Interest rates charged, they affect you. Whether they are increased or decreased, they always going to affect how you spend your money, right? So that's why the government is generally collecting taxes so that it can make public roads, it can make public school, public hospitals, and some of your 350s that you are getting as a grant, somehow it comes from the revenue that the government generates. Now, as a trader, when should you be paying tax and when should you not be paying tax, right? So there are different thresholds that you need to fall under. Gentlemen, please, I'm going to say this to you that this is not, I'm not coming to you as giving you a financial advice. I'm just giving you the information that I have and I've been using this for many years, right? So if tax will range from 10% to 45%, right? So if you make less than that, then you're free to go for now, right? And even if you are watching this and say, but Mr. President, I don't make more than that, should I be continuing to watch this video? Absolutely, because here we work with vision, right? The vision is for you to start paying tax. The question that most people always ask me is that since I'm using an offshore account, like I'm using a broker that is not in South Africa, should I still be paying tax? Absolutely, because remember, the broker that you have right now, you made a deposit maybe from your bank account to that broker, right? Even if you can withdraw via crypto, as long as that money is gonna come into your bank account, SARS will see it at some point. If you don't pay, they're definitely going to catch you, and when they catch you, it's going to be late. So it doesn't matter whether you are using a local broker or you are using an international broker, right? As long as money comes into your bank account, right? Money should always be accounted for. Funds should always be accounted for. So yes, doesn't matter local or international broker, right? Now, as I said, that your tax will range from 10% to 45%, right? Another question that people always ask me is that since now I pay tax, is it gonna be from my business account or from my personal account? Now, let me break it down. If you are working, let's say, for a hedge fund, or you are working for an investment scheme where you are trading for them on full-time basis, you make your basic salary, you get your bonuses, you get your commission, you might fall under or fall into a different category, right? So we as retail traders, we normally fall and pay provisional tax, right? So before I explain how that works, let me explain why those that are working for firms should pay their income tax, because you would find that they are guaranteed a salary on monthly basis. Their basic is there, their bonuses are there, their commission is there, so they will pay an income tax. But if you are now a retail trader, you just make a deposit into your trading account and you're trying to maximize your profit on trading on different days, every day, or it's seasonal, doesn't really matter. If you make more than 79,000, you still need to pay your tax, but it can be a provisional tax. And the people that normally pay the provisional tax are people that are in the entertainment space, freelancers as well, they pay their provisional tax. So if let's say you are just 30%, right, on your taxes, right, you might pay 2 times in a year, maybe 15% in the first 6 months, and the other 15% you're gonna make your payment then, right, which makes up 30%, right? So if you are working for a firm, you will pay your income tax, of which there's no other way, because you are guaranteed your basic salary, right? So as I was saying, some always ask me, should it be in a business account? Should it be in a personal account? Yes, it can also be in your personal account, because you are coming in as self-employed. You are not like your regular South African working citizen, right? So even if your profits are coming from a broker to your personal account, still you are subject to be paying that provisional tax if you are making more than 79,000. And some of you that are having big dreams, or you're saying, President, I'm leaving South Africa and I want to stay in Dubai so that I don't go pay tax. Yes, if Dubai says you must not pay your tax, well, that's their law, and that's not what I'm saying, right? If a country say here you don't pay income tax, you only pay business tax or whatever, that's their law. But if you don't go through proper immigration procedures, right, in South Africa, right, to go into another country to stay there full time, if you don't go through a proper immigration procedure, you will still be considered as a South African citizen, and you need to still pay your taxation. And some of it, obviously, you're going to go through that process via the South African Reserve Bank, right? So you need to ensure that you go all through those processes. I've seen a lot of people who just leave the country, up and leave the country, and think that, look, I'm done, I'm no longer a South African citizen, and they don't go through proper procedures, and they get deported at some point. And even when they come back, SARS hits them again. So you don't want to go through that. So if you want to go to another country, make sure that you go through all those processes, and be licensed to stay in that country. Then you're not considered a South African citizen. Therefore, SARS cannot come to you and say, no, you need to pay tax in Dubai or in South Africa. If you are now considered a resident in Dubai, you will do what the Dubanians do, if there is a word like that. But yes, it's important for you to go through proper procedures on that, right? So like I said, you fall under freelancers, entertainers, and DJs, and all those people that are not guaranteed to make a certain amount of money every month. They fall under, or they can pay provisional tax. And those that are guaranteed a salary, right? Maybe you're working for a hedge fund, you're working for an investment firm. Obviously, you pay your income tax, which is called the payee, which is pay as you earn, right? But for some of us, we pay twice a year, and yeah, we are done with it, right? So when I said it ranges from 10% to 45%, it depends on how much comes in your account. Remember, the more you make, the more you pay. The less you make, the less you pay, right? So if you make a lot, you're going to pay a lot. If you make less, you're going to pay less, right? Maybe some of you are asking, Mr. President, how can I pay less in taxation? So these are the things that you can look for to pay less in taxation. You can always have an tax-free savings account. You can find it at any bank that is that has obviously FSC regulated and has an FSP number, right? Like your local banks that you normally have. Any money that the profits that you will make from your savings account or that investment account, it's not going to be taxable, right? Because it's coming from a tax-free savings account. So it's also one of the ways where you can save and pay less taxes. And some of you are always asking me this question that, okay, fine, how do we normally calculate what needs to be taxed and what is not needs to be taxed, right? So you need to understand that you are only taxed on your profits, right? So you can always take advantage of contributing towards your retirement annuity fund, right, to lower your taxable income. Another thing that you can look into is have a medical aid, right? Contribute towards a medical scheme. That way you are also lowering your taxable income. That way you can pay less of your taxes. Now, these are legal ways of which you can avoid paying a lot of money, right? This tax avoidance, not evasion. Evasion is when now you don't want to go by the laws, you are evading, right? So the taxman always looks at your contribution towards your health. So when they see that you have a medical aid, you're contributing towards a medical scheme. That way, at least you can pay less taxes. The other way as well is your traveling, right? As a business person, you must understand that your traveling expenses are tax deductible, right? So if you are traveling from one place to another, even if it's a holiday, even if you just say I'm going to America for a holiday, you can claim that as a trip, right? It's a business trip, right? So have all the expenses for that trip and say that, look, this was not just a holiday trip, it was a business trip. Therefore, it's also part of your expenses, right? So, yeah. Another thing that you can also take advantage of is donating towards NPO, non-profit organization. But those non-profit organizations, they must be under the SARS NPO, non-profit organization companies. So they have like a database. If you contribute as well, there you can pay less taxes because they acknowledge you as somebody that is also giving back, right? So that way they cannot punish you too much on taxation, and they can say, okay, fine, we notice that you've spent here and there. But always, please, traders, always keep your records, right? Where you are paying your Wi-Fi, it's an expense. I mean, that Wi-Fi, even if you are trading from home, you must claim it as your business expense, right? If you are traveling to the office with your car, your taxi fee and whatnot, it's also an expense in your business. If you are traveling for meetings as well, keep the records of how you run your business. The best way you can abide by the law when it comes to this, so that you don't shoot yourself on the foot, is that get an accountant, right? Accountants are not that expensive. Get good accountants. Make research about finding a good accountant who can assist you with this and educate them as well. I was attending a certain meeting where we're talking about a lot of things, AI, we're talking about taxation, and there was a question that was posed on a tax practitioner, right? And the question was, if I only have money in my trading account and I'm not taking it into my South African bank account, can SARS see, right? And the answer that that gentleman got was, SARS can see everything. So there's no other way where you can dodge them. The only way is to abide and see how you can save and how you can pay less by doing the things that I'm telling you, like having a medical aid, tax-free savings account, contributing towards your retirement annuity fund, um, donating also to NPOs, things like that, you can pay less tax. So yes, in actual fact, traders should be always paying their taxes if they make more than 79,000 per annum, right? For those of you that are having trading education, you are offering signals, and you are licensed, by the way, to offer those signals. Maybe then you can say, for your trading profits, I'm going to pay professional tax, and then maybe for my trading school, for my trading academy, where I provide signals and I'm licensed for that, I make this much. Maybe you can pay your CIT, which is corporate income tax, right? So you can look into that, where you have where you pay this one for this, and then you pay this one, and then maybe have different entities registered, right? Your trading business, you are running it as a self-employed business, and then your signal business. Again, I'm not promoting you guys just to open signal groups and start giving people financial advice if you're not licensed. But if you are, then you can have a certain entity where you know that you're going to pay corporate income tax. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope there's something that you got from this video. This is what I have for you today. Yes, pay your taxes if you make more than 79,000 per annum, and trade with a free heart, so that you're not always looking up your sleeves if SARS is watching and whatnot. The minute they come, I'm telling you, that's not a nice feeling to go through, because they can take anything that is in your name, right, to try to recover their money, right? It's only fair to contribute towards something that everyone in the whole country is contributing towards. Ladies and gentlemen, from your president, thank you so much. I'll check you out in the next episode. Don't forget to open an account with Okta so that you can join my team and trade with me on daily basis. Also get mentorship and some coaching services from me, which is absolutely free if you open an Okta account and you use my link down below in the description. If you also need a 100% bonus, use this promo code trade with MJ to claim your 100% bonus on your deposit. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you. Cheers.